Thank Matharu, another survivor. Are there any more? I suppose that's a little bit of kindness from fate. May those still trapped inside rest peacefully. This was supposed to be a nice isolated grove. So much. Who knows why the Tuatha hate mortals? Who knows why the Fado have to think the well was a beautiful dream? An end to death? A cure to tragedy? We should have known it was too good to exist. Now our friends have paid the price. For Morris Hughes was one of the greatest minds of our generation. The Well of Souls was a dream. Stay safe. We'll be moving soon.
Another survivor? But were you one of the Professor's assistants in the downstairs projects? Did he escape with you? That sounds like him. Professor Hughes was very thoughtful. I mean, he is very thoughtful. I'm sure he found a way to get out. He must have! Alistair is remote enough that we don't get a lot of visitors. We all knew Fomerus was a genius, but I'll admit, even I had my doubts about him. Guess the Tuatha weren't very pleased that it worked. Brilliant idea, the Well of Souls. Plucks dead people out of the ether. At least that's what it was supposed to do. Guess we'll never know if it worked now. Oh, you mean Agarth? He visits Hughes every once in a while. You should be able to find him in Gorhart, just down the road, past the ruins. I just don't understand the Tuatha. I mean, most Fae aren't violent. The wild ones can be. But the Tuatha are some sort of cult among the Winter Fae. Before they invaded Erethel, no one could have imagined. We should be safe here.
Guards. I saw you fight. Did they really have a troll? I don't know how the Tuatha found us, but if they had a troll, it couldn't have been an accident. Fate was kind to collapse that doorway behind you, or they would have chased us into the glade. We started building here when they found Prismere in the mines nearby. Hughes ran off, you say? I wouldn't worry too much. The old man's tougher than he looks. The well was incredible, but it took armloads of Prismere crystals to keep. They even put in a few tunnels to deliver the crystals. Looks like I was right. Again. Fate weavers? Ah, charlatans. They're technically a type of wild fae. Related to the dangerous enough in the wild. The Tuatha also used them in their... I never did trust fae to begin with. Well, those Tuatha are the worst sort. They waged some sort of holy war against humans and that. But the front's all the way out east. What are they doing out here? How did they know about... Good luck out there.
remember you. You're the one? How did you come back? How did you find me here? When I saw you with Edsel in the well, I ran. But it wasn't because I was afraid. I was coming to report that Hughes's experiment had succeeded. The Well of Souls is bigger than just one gnome's pet project. My contact pays well for information about its progress. I just send reports to make some money on the side. But I don't know how the Tuatha found out. This has nothing to do with them. I never wanted anyone to get hurt. I promise you, if I knew who it was, I'd tell you. Sharing research is one thing, but academic sabotage is a crime. Thank you, thank you. Here, take this. It's the pay for my last report. I don't want anything to do with it. I'm going back home to Odessa. This sort of thing never happens in Odessa.
You've come from the tower, haven't you? Name's Agarth. Maybe you can help an old Fate Weaver, eh? Fate Weavers look at the great tapestry of fate. The threads will tell us how a life will unfold. But knowing the future and being able to change it are two very different things. Did he? Poor old Fomerus Hughes. He respected the way the world works. What a shame. He's probably dead by now. When he started his experiments here, he asked me if they'd ever be successful. The cards told me that the Well of Souls would work, but its success would come on the day that Hughes was to die. The old man took it pretty well, honestly, although we did a lot of drinking after that. You really don't know much, do you? A Fate Weaver taps into the threads of fate and channels that energy through a focus. My order prefers cards. The cards are unique to each Fate Weaver, since we all see the weave differently. I suppose I could spare a little help in memory of Hughes, or in celebration of his success. Whichever. You're the one. Then that means it all makes sense now. The cards this morning. I drew the Gravedigger, the Running Man, and the Beast. Prepare yourself. They're coming.
Now, Dosling.
What? How? What are you? The threads of fate. I've seen them before, but I've never seen anyone manipulate them like that. You just changed how the world was supposed to work. How did you do that? You just... Fate is the will of the gods. No mortal should be able to change it. How is that even possible? Come here. I'm going to do a reading. You might be able to change the threads, but fate will still have a plan for you. I promise not to tell you if I see your death. It's a gift. Some people paint landscapes, other people write poetry. I peer into the weave of fate's tapestry and see people's deaths. That would be my guess. He was an academic, but he had a proper respect for fate's plan, unlike most gnomes. You're nervous. Relax. This is what Fate Weavers do. I'll be seeing your place in the pattern of destiny. Who you are, what you've done, where your path takes you. Or, at least, I should be. You're real, right? I swear I haven't had that much... Fate's weave is always hard to see. It's in motion, hard to make out, but undeniably there. Yours is just... missing. This doesn't make sense. All mortal creatures have a place in the pattern. You should have one too, dead or not. If this is true, and I'm not saying I believe it, then your path is yours to determine. I can see the threads around you, but they're shifting, changing so rapidly, I can't make sense of them. Normally, the threads would guide my hand to the cards, and I'd use those cards to see your pattern in the weave. But it just didn't. So either there's something wrong with me, and there isn't, or there's something very wrong with you. It could mean nothing, or it could mean everything. The world is changing. You might be a sign of that. Or maybe the cause. I've never had a reason to doubt my own readings, but we should consult with Arden. He's not a friend, but he's got a good eye for the tapestry. I'll meet you at his home to the east. I'm going to see if I can be of any help to the wounded at the tower. The Tuatha aren't like any Fae I've ever... Why, they're practically human. The Fate Weavers were once a great, unified order of sages from all the mortal races. But that power takes a toll. Nobody likes bad news. Now the old traditions are all but lost. And all I foretell is the fate of my beer. And I see it being empty. We are all threads in the tapestry of fate. Measured, woven, and cut according to a great plan. Our title always was a bitter lie. And when a Fate Weaver looks at your place in the weave, we see only the shapes of what you made. Hughes was always an odd one. Curious and determined as any of his kind, sure. He never shut up about his work, but he always knew what was important. He didn't worry about dying as long as he... You can find Arden's little cottage in the middle of Yovan. Had to move there. He's a damned good Fate Weaver. But that doesn't make you very popular. Especially now. Once I was Agarth the Unyielding, the Blade of Avgrum. I wrestled the Colossus priestess and declined knighthood by the High King of the Fae. But that wasn't enough for me. I joined the Fate Weavers, hoping to find a way to conquer destiny itself. Turns out that's just it. I don't know if you've got one. He lives in a little hut to the east in Yulven. What could this all mean?
Of all the songs in halls of lore, there echoes none more grand than Olain's many feats of might, the pure, and Lady of the Light. She is a knight of golden knot. She is the cure seeker, the conscience of the summer fae. She is the heart of spring, of day.
Everyone just stand back. The warden can't work when you're crowding so close.
Hello.
Go back to your business. Go on. Keep moving. Unless you're an expert scholar on the Fae, I'd suggest you move along. No reason to be out in the open with the red leaf. I don't know if you noticed, but St. Ordwig's mission closed its gate moments before that Fae's body turned up on the road. What are they? I'm not sure, but they've been here for longer than any of us can imagine. They're older than the tree. Humans and immortals cannot live together in peace. At least not forever. I'd never seen one of them until a day or so ago. It appears that a small group believed the story's friend. The Tuatha were mad. They have been touched by The brothers of St. Ordwig's are an odd sort, scurrying back and forth across the mission. Bandits, but no ordinary bandits. Surely you've heard of Red the Dead. Or perhaps those are just... You should be fine if you stay inside the village. Once you go beyond the boundaries, you might call it a Fey nation. One of two united It's the other Fey, the Winter Court, that has spawned the dreaded Tuath. Are you playing a trick or? We're going on 10 years of the mortals and the Tuath are locked in it. Normally, I'd decry the bloodshed, but this is a
I don't care what you race. It's a tragedy whenever and just look at the poor creature. She's been beaten to the brink of death. The Fae may be strange, but they certainly don't deserve. I don't know what the Tuatha would be doing this far from the front lines. They're a wicked breed, though, and I've seen many bandit clans in the Crystal War and back home, but these men are a particular breed. They like their victims weak and blood. The Red Legion has been a presence in the area for several weeks now. Our people are scared to show their faces after. I'm the Warden of Goreheart, and I've been back from the war for only 6 months and been Warden for less than 2. Now here I am with an injured Fae on my doorstep. I'm a disgrace. Our fate rests in the hands of a few chosen who fight in the east. You wouldn't even know it in Goreheart. I've spent most of my life dealing with them, but they aren't like us. Not at the core. Goreheart has become a sort of refuge for those settlers who wish to live a life free of Fae. Peaceful Fae make up the tribe known as the Court of Summer. That's about all I know. Little more than rumors. We keep a precarious peace with the Court of Summer, one that's tested every day. But we're a good community full of good people. We have our eccentrics, sure, but we work hard and live quietly. That's the best anyone can. It appears she was attacked with some manner of short blade. Likely people simply stood by as she called for help. No one lifted a finger. Can you imagine? I don't know whether we possess the knowledge to treat such a wound. Frankly, I don't even know if I could save a mortal with such... It's difficult to say. We've been plagued by the Red Legion for days. In case you haven't heard, there have been some Tuatha sighting in the woods to the west. So that's also a possibility. Well, you're the only one. With all the troubles we've suffered in this village, people are weary. I'm going to suggest something a bit... untraditional. There's a Fae. Seek her wisdom. I would do it, but... I'm a coward. That's the truth. Perhaps a Fae will know how to heal a Fae. She spends her days in the precipice overlooking the... Bye now.
Damn Red Legion.
Stay close to the village.
You there? Do you feel nauseous? Itchy? No, this situation could not be any worse. If the Red Legion is involved, they are the Undying. Everything in Amalur exists for a particular reason. If you must know, my name is Nani Henry, formerly the chief alchemist of Alistair. When the scholars in the tower ordered me to leave the grounds, I took refuge here. The Almain are a private people, keen to bandits. Ruthless and well-organized. Long ago, these villains confined themselves to the coast, but recently they've moved inland to avoid the war. Now, I have seen many conflicts unfold, but never have I seen the Tuatha will not settle for simple victory. They want total domination and will do. For years I dabbled in alchemy, healing. Now I spend my sleepless nights in search of a... Haven't you seen it? The grim tower to the west. Avoid its shadow if... Why ask questions when you could never understand the answers? If you must know, something of value has been stolen. An alchemical formula that, if released, only my apprentice, Karth, and I knew of my work on the formula. But he's gone missing. It was an early version, unstable and rife with potential. To say more would be to reveal my secrets. All I can say is that it involves... His name was Karth Hilfred. I found him one morning outside my door, picking through the ember eyes. I was impressed. I've never seen one so eager to learn. I do not deserve such goodwill after what I'm not sure where Karth may have gone, but I knew that before he came to me, Once you've ensured Karth's safety, you must learn what's happened to my formula. When you do, destroy it. It's the only way. The villagers believe it's haunted, but I have a feeling that's a ruse devised. I fear for his life. Karth was gifted in a way that I've witnessed in only a select few. If the Red Legion he always spoke of his time. Farewell.
Amalur.